Okay, so getting back into our coverage over Johnathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers, we actually pick up with Avengers number 36. Now, we actually pick up with Smasher and Cannonball. Now remember, Cannonball is an old X-Men character back in the 1980s. Now with that being said, Smasher is a brand new character that Johnathan Hickman had actually made. But because of her bloodline, she was chosen to join the Shi'ar Empire and become one of the many Imperial Guards. Now, with that being said, Smasher and Cannonball had a child, and right now they're in Iowa. And the reason why, because Smasher came from Iowa. Her father owns a farm, and so this is Smasher and Cannonball asking her father to watch their child. Now, their child could be a very powerful child down the road. And the reason why I say that is because this child is a half mutant, half super guardian. Meaning that sooner or later, when this child gets its powers, it could wreak havoc in the Marvel Universe or possibly help out the heroes down the road. We have no idea. But of course, we have to wait. Now we do pick up with Sunspot, and remember, Sunspot is another old X-Men character. Matter of fact, he first appeared alongside with Cannonball in the New Mutant comics. But either way though, Sunspot in our last video bought Advanced Idea Mechanics, a scientific organization that is usually evil, but right now they're working for him and they're making a special project. Now, with all that being said, we do see Sunspot talking to some of the children of the sun. Now remember, the children of the sun are Ex Nihilo creations. When Ex Nihilo first appeared in Johnathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers, basically Ex Nihilo wanted to revamp the Earth, to make the Earth better. And so with that, he sent down 6 or 7 genetic bombs. Now one of those bombs had landed in the Savage Land, which of course made the children of the sun a new kind of human race that needs no sleep, no water, no food. Now with that, they also do age fast, but they are extremely very smart. Now, with all that being said though, it's basically the children of the sun working for Sunspot, just like Advanced Idea Mechanics is. And right now they're making some kind of teleporter, and it seems like they're going to send in a team of the Avengers to go into the multiverse to hopefully learn what's happening out there or to possibly save the multiverse. And so that is the moment we see the door open up to see what team is going into the multiverse, which is Thor, Hyperion, Abyss, Nightmask, Starbrand, and a bunch of Ex Nihilis, all gonna go into the teleporter to travel the multiverse to hopefully learn what in the world is happening right now in the multiverse. Now, we do pick up 5 hours ago where we see Sunspot having a meeting with Nightmask and Starbrand. Now remember, in our last video, these two characters found out about an Aleph from a different universe. Now, Alephs are robots that were made by builders. Builders are the people who used to praise Captain Universe as a god, but they moved away from praising Captain Universe and then tried to reimagine the universe in their own image. Now with that being said, they also made Alephs, these robots, to kind of help out. Now this Aleph was from another universe, meaning that Alephs are falling through the universe barriers left and right. This one was hiding out in the bleed zone, the dead zone, the space between two universes. And so now the big question is, why are Alephs falling into the main Marvel universe all over the universe? Not just on Earth, but other places. That is the big question. On top of that, we do see Pod has joined Sunspot's organization, his Avengers team. Now Pod actually first appeared in our earlier videos, a creation made by Ex Nihilo that just wrecked the Avengers so easily. But now Pod is on their side, which is a great thing. Now we do jump back 3 hours ago, so one after the meeting Sunspot had with Nightmask and Starbrand, and now we see Sunspot meeting up with Ex Nihilo and Abyss. Now this meeting is very important, and the reason why, because it's kind of Abyss giving us a rundown what had happened to Earth over Johnathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers. And what I mean by that is, remember, at the very beginning of Johnathan Hickman's coverage over Avengers and New Avengers, Ex Nihilo was trying to revamp the Earth to make it better. And so he sent down different genetic bombs to kind of help out with that process. Now, with that being said, he also created a new system for the Earth. The problem was, though, when Starbrand was made, that old system was destroyed. And so now the Earth has really no system. But again, they're trying to figure out what is going on with the Earth, because this Earth, the main Marvel Universe Earth, is a very special Earth. It has gone through different processes over the years, or the books, of Johnathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers. Now, with that being said, that is the moment you have Abyss say, yes, the system Ex Nihilo made was destroyed when Starbrand was made. But here comes more problems. The Earth has scars. Now, these scars are not like actual scars on the Earth. They're kind of like dimensional scars, because what Abyss is telling us, there has been so many different incursions across the years or books of Johnathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers that there are dimensional scars on the planet Earth. And so right now the big question is, what is the next goal for Sunspot and his organization, which is AIM? But then we jump back 2 hours ago before the present day. So that means 1 hour after the meeting that Sunspot had with Ex Nihilo and Abyss, where now you have Sunspot meeting up with Thor in Hyperion. Now this meeting is basically Johnathan Hickman telling us everything that is going on in this book. And what I mean by that is you have Sunspot coming to Thor, coming to Hyperion and say, listen, I am going to build an Avengers team to travel the multiverse, which we saw that at the very beginning of this video. But the difference is, though, this is Johnathan Hickman telling us what this team is going to do in the multiverse, because you have Sunspot say he is going to stay here in the main Marvel universe to figure out a way to fix the Avengers, because right now the Avengers are broken. You have two teams, the Illuminati and the Avengers, but you have Sunspot saying, I'm going to send you, Thor, and Hyperion, Starbrand, Ex Nihilo, Abyss, and Nightmask into the multiverse. But not just any universe, we're going to send you to the other side of the multiverse. So you'll be thousands and thousands of universes away from us to hopefully run into the problem we are facing right now with the death of the multiverse. And so that is what that team is going to do as they're using Advanced Idea Mechanics Teleporter. They are going to go through the multiverse, travel to the other side to hopefully figure out what in the world is happening right now in the multiverse. And so that is why in our last video, when it came to Thor and Hyperion kind of talking about how they could possibly die, well, this is what they mean. They're going to travel across to the other side of the multiverse, and they could die and not come back. Now, we do jump over to New Avengers number 25. Now, with this book right here, it is basically going to focus on the Illuminati, because we have no idea what they've been up to. All we know right now is that they have been on the run for the last 8 months. And so with that, we pick up with day 1. Day 1 takes place moments before the ending of our last video. You'll see what I mean here in a moment. But we pick up with Reed, Hank McCoy, and the Hulk right now finding a certain location to go to that apparently Reed's father and Tony Stark's father used to work out of. And so they're going to use this place right now as a new base to hide from S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers. Now, with that being said, they are greeted by Captain Britain, because remember, at the end of our last video, we learned that Captain Britain and Hank Pym, aka Ant-Man / Yellow Jacket, they joined the Illuminati as well. And so with that being said, it's Captain Britain coming over to the Illuminati side. Now, we also learned that he is the last Captain Britain across the multiverse. And that is huge, because in each universe, there is a version of Captain Britain, and they're part of a huge organization. And so for him to be the last one across the multiverse even though there are some universes alive, that is very huge. But apparently he's hiding something special in his eye. We have no idea what it is, but it's very special. Now, like I said earlier, day 1 takes place moments before the ending of our last video. And so with that, we do see the Illuminati watching Chow be captured by the Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. And of course, at the end of him being captured, we learn that Susan Storm, the wife to Reed Richards, has joined, of course, the Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. And she's helping them hunt down her husband and the rest of the Illuminati. Now, day 2 is more of the Illuminati actually watching the Invisible Woman interrogate Chow. Now, this interrogation is more of Chow kind of talking down to Susan Storm because she's smart, but she's not as smart as her husband or other people in Marvel Comics like Doctor Doom, Black Panther, and her daughter Valerie Richards. And so with that being said, it's Chow kind of saying like, listen, you may think you're smart. You may think S.H.I.E.L.D. has smart people on their side, but no one is as smart as Reed Richards. And Reed knows what he's doing. He's trying to save the multiverse, save our Earth, but also save you. Now, it does seem like Susan doesn't care because she's kind of like, my husband has gone around with his group, the Illuminati, and they have blown up Earths across the multiverse. Now, in reality, it has been other people that have blown up the Earths, but also Namor, but not really Reed nor the rest of the Illuminati except Namor. But for Susan, it's kind of like, no, they have lied, they reformed their group, and they have been going around blowing up Earths left and right. They need to be arrested for their crimes. Now, with that being said, like I said earlier, Chow's kind of like, you think you're smart. You think you're going to capture him, but you're not going to capture him. And on top of that, Reed knows what he's doing. So just believe him and actually help him. Help your husband out. But of course, that makes Susan very angry and she throws Chow into the window. And she tells Chow that she promises that her husband is sooner or later going to sleep in a cell. Now, with day 3, 2 things happen in day 3. The first thing to happen is the Illuminati hacking into Tony Stark's system. Because remember, Tony Stark has disappeared. No one knows what had happened to Tony Stark. And so with that being said, they're right now trying to hack into his system so that they can find all the different plans that he had made to help the Illuminati and the Avengers deal with the incursions. But of course, things are about to get a whole lot worse. And this is where we are going to end today's comic book video, because this last moment takes place right before Wakanda had fallen. And so with that being said, this is the moment you have Black Panther call up Reed. T'Challa is calling up Reed, asking to be teleported to their location. Now remember, at the end of our last video, Reed told us, the readers, that when they use the ability to teleport, S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers are able to detect that and teleport to where they're at. And so Reed's kind of like, listen, Black Panther, if you do teleport to us, S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers are going to be on top of us in a matter of minutes. So that means we have to pack up and leave before they get here. So right after you teleport, we have to get out. And you have Black Panther say, we don't have a choice. I need to get there right now. I'm coming in hot. Wakanda has fallen. And so as soon as he teleports there, he tells them, Wakanda is gone. Wakanda has been wiped out. And so now it's the Illuminati being pushed into a corner even more. Things are getting worse for our heroes. But this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video. Later, guys.